Welcome to our journey through the forgotten landscapes of America. Here, amidst the rusting steel and crumbling concrete, we find the ghosts of cities past. These are the top 50 American cities that are dead forever, places where the heartbeat of industry has long faded, leaving behind a silence as profound as it is unsettling. Prepare yourself for a dark and haunting exploration, where each city tells a tale of boom, bust, and ultimately, a silence that echoes through the decades.
Chapter 4. Camden, New Jersey, trapped in a cycle of despair. Camden, New Jersey sits just across the Delaware River from the gleaming skyline of Philadelphia, a stark contrast that underscores the city's struggles. Once a thriving industrial center, Camden has been plagued by decades of economic decline, poverty, and crime, earning it the unfortunate distinction of being one of America's most dangerous cities. The decline of Camden's once mighty manufacturing sector left an indelible mark on the city, stripping away jobs and opportunities, and creating a cycle of poverty that has proven difficult to break. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned buildings, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness paint a grim picture of a city trapped in a downward spiral.
Chapter 5, Youngstown, Ohio, the Rust Belt's broken heart. Our journey through America's forgotten cities takes us to Youngstown, Ohio, a city whose story is etched in the very landscape itself. The rusted hulks of steel mills stand as silent sentinels to a bygone era. Youngstown was once a powerhouse of American industry, its blast furnaces churning out the steel that built a nation. But the collapse of the steel industry in the 1970s dealt a devastating blow to Youngstown, triggering a mass exodus of residents and leaving behind a city grappling with economic despair and a profound sense of loss. Today, Youngstown stands as a symbol of the Rust Belt's decline, a poignant reminder of the human cost of industrial transformation.
Chapter 6, East St. Louis, Illinois, a city on the edge. We cross the Mississippi River to East St. Louis, Illinois, a city that has long teetered on the brink. Separated from its more prosperous neighbor, St. Louis, Missouri, by the mighty river, East St. Louis has been plagued by decades of economic hardship, social unrest, and political corruption. Once a bustling industrial center, East St. Louis saw its fortunes fade as factories closed and jobs disappeared. The city's decline was further exacerbated by white flight, which drained the city of its tax base and left behind a community struggling to survive. Today, East St. Louis stands as a stark reminder of the deep-seated inequalities that continue to plague many American cities.
Our exploration now takes us to Cleveland, Ohio, a city on the shores of Lake Erie that has witnessed both the triumphs and tragedies of American industrial history. Once a thriving center of manufacturing and innovation, Cleveland's star began to dim in the latter half of the 20th century as the city's industrial base eroded. The decline of manufacturing, coupled with racial tensions and social unrest, led to a mass exodus of residents from Cleveland, leaving behind a shrinking tax base and a city struggling to maintain its infrastructure and services. While Cleveland has shown signs of resilience in recent years, its story remains a cautionary tale of the challenges facing many post-industrial cities.
Our journey through America's forgotten cities leads us to Buffalo, New York, a city whose fate has been forever linked to its location at the eastern end of Lake Erie. Once a bustling hub for grain shipping and heavy industry, Buffalo's fortunes began to wane in the mid-20th century as the city's industrial base crumbled under the weight of globalization and technological change. The closure of steel mills, factories, and grain elevators sent shockwaves through Buffalo's economy, leading to widespread unemployment, poverty, and urban decay. While Buffalo has made strides in recent years to reinvent itself as a center for technology and tourism, the scars of its industrial past run deep.
Our exploration takes us to Birmingham, Alabama, a city whose history is forever intertwined with the struggle for civil rights. Once a booming center of iron and steel production, Birmingham's industrial might was built on the backs of African-American workers who faced discrimination and segregation. While Birmingham played a pivotal role in the civil rights movement, the city has struggled to overcome its legacy of racial inequality and economic hardship. The decline of the steel industry in the latter half of the 20th century dealt a devastating blow to Birmingham's economy, leaving behind a city grappling with poverty, crime, and a shrinking population.
Chapter 10, Newark, New Jersey, a city in the shadows. Our journey through America's forgotten cities takes us to Newark, New Jersey, a city that has long lived in the shadow of its more glamorous neighbor, New York City. Despite its proximity to the economic powerhouse across the Hudson River, Newark has struggled for decades with poverty, crime, and urban blight. Once a thriving industrial center, Newark's economy was devastated by the decline of manufacturing in the latter half of the 20th century. The loss of jobs and opportunities led to a cycle of poverty and despair that has proven difficult to break. While Newark has made efforts to revitalize its downtown and attract new investment, the city continues to face significant challenges.
Chapter 11. Baltimore, Maryland, a city of contrasts. Our exploration of America's forgotten cities leads us to Baltimore, Maryland, a city of striking contrasts, where historical charm and modern amenities coexist alongside pockets of poverty, crime, and urban decay. Once a thriving port city and industrial center, Baltimore has struggled to adapt to the changing economic landscape. The decline of manufacturing, coupled with racial tensions and social unrest, has left its mark on Baltimore. While the city boasts a vibrant waterfront and a revitalized inner harbor, many of its neighborhoods continue to grapple with poverty, crime, and a lack of opportunity.
Chapter 12. St. Louis, Missouri, a gateway to the past. Our journey takes us to St. Louis, Missouri, a city once known as the gateway to the West. Situated on the banks of the Mississippi River, St. Louis played a pivotal role in the westward expansion of the United States. However, the city's fortunes began to decline in the latter half of the 20th century as industrial restructuring and suburbanization took their toll. The loss of manufacturing jobs, coupled with racial tensions and white flight, led to a decline in St. Louis's population and tax base, leaving the city struggling to maintain its infrastructure and services.
Our exploration returns to Detroit, Michigan, where the fight for survival continues. Despite the challenges facing the city, there are glimmers of hope amidst the ruins. Community organizations and grassroots movements are working tirelessly to rebuild neighborhoods, revitalize the economy, and restore a sense of pride in Detroit. We see it in the urban farms sprouting up on vacant lots, providing fresh produce and a sense of purpose. We hear it in the music that continues to pulse through the city's veins, a testament to Detroit's enduring spirit. Detroit's story is far from over. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity.
We return to Gary, Indiana, where the search for a new identity is underway. The city that once prided itself as the steel-making capital of the world is now looking for new ways to define itself. Efforts are being made to diversify the economy, attract new businesses, and revitalize the city's neglected neighborhoods. The challenges are daunting, but there are signs of progress. New industries are emerging, taking root in the fertile ground of Gary's industrial past. The city's proximity to Chicago and its access to transportation infrastructure offer hope for a brighter future.
Our journey brings us back to Flint, Michigan, where the road to recovery from the water crisis is long and arduous. The scars of the crisis run deep, impacting every aspect of life in this struggling city. The physical, emotional, and economic toll on Flint's residents is immeasurable. Yet even in the face of this unprecedented challenge, the spirit of Flint endures. Community organizations and volunteers have stepped up to provide clean water, health services, and support to those affected by the crisis. Flint's story is a stark reminder of the importance of environmental justice and the resilience of a community united in its fight for a better future.
We return to Camden, New Jersey, where seeds of hope are being sown amidst the challenges. While Camden continues to grapple with poverty, crime, and urban blight, there are signs of progress emerging from the ashes of decline. Community organizations are working tirelessly to empower residents, create opportunities, and rebuild trust. We see it in the community gardens, transforming vacant lots into oases of green, providing fresh food and a sense of community. We hear it in the voices of young people determined to break the cycle of poverty and build a better future for themselves and their city. Camden's story is a testament to the power of hope and the unwavering spirit of those who refuse to give up on their community.
Our exploration brings us back to Youngstown, Ohio, where the process of reimagining the future is underway. The city that once relied heavily on steel production is now exploring new avenues for economic growth and diversification. Youngstown is embracing its industrial heritage while looking for ways to adapt and evolve. We see it in the revitalization of the city's downtown, with new businesses and residential developments breathing life into once deserted streets. We feel it in the entrepreneurial spirit that is taking root as Youngstown seeks to become a hub for technology, healthcare, and other emerging industries.
We return to East St. Louis, Illinois, where the fight for survival continues. Despite decades of economic hardship, social unrest, and political corruption, the spirit of East St. Louis remains unbroken. Community leaders and residents are working tirelessly to overcome the city's challenges and create a brighter future. We see it in the efforts to improve education, create job training programs, and attract new businesses to the city. We hear it in the voices of those who refuse to give up on East St. Louis, who believe that change is possible.
Cleveland, Ohio, a city on the rebound. Our exploration brings us back to Cleveland, Ohio, where the city is showing signs of a rebound. While challenges remain, Cleveland is experiencing a resurgence, with new investments in healthcare, technology, and education breathing life into the city. The city's rich history, cultural attractions, and proximity to Lake Erie are also drawing new residents and visitors. We see it in the revitalization of neighborhoods like Ohio City and Tremont, with trendy restaurants, art galleries, and boutiques popping up alongside historic buildings. We feel it in the energy of the city's downtown, where sports fans gather to cheer on the Cleveland Guardians and Cavaliers. Cleveland's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the potential for urban renewal.
Buffalo, New York, a city reborn. Our journey takes us back to Buffalo, New York, where the city is undergoing a remarkable transformation. Once a symbol of industrial decline, Buffalo is reinventing itself as a center for technology, healthcare, and tourism. The city's architectural heritage, waterfront location, and proximity to Niagara Falls are attracting new residents and businesses. We see it in the redevelopment of Canal Side, Buffalo's historic waterfront, into a vibrant entertainment district. We feel it in the growth of the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, a hub for healthcare and research. Buffalo's story is a testament to the power of innovation, investment, and a willingness to embrace change.
Birmingham, Alabama, rising from the ashes. Our exploration returns to Birmingham, Alabama, a city rising from the ashes of its industrial past. Birmingham is embracing its legacy as a cradle of the civil rights movement while forging a new identity as a center for technology, healthcare, and education. The city's vibrant art scene, culinary delights, and southern hospitality are also drawing visitors from far and wide. We see it in the revitalization of downtown Birmingham, with new parks, restaurants, and entertainment venues bringing life to the city center. We feel it in the entrepreneurial spirit that is taking root, as Birmingham seeks to become a hub for innovation and entrepreneurship.
We return to Newark, New Jersey, a city on the cusp of change. While Newark continues to grapple with challenges, there is a growing sense of optimism and momentum building. New investments in transportation, infrastructure, and education are creating opportunities for residents and businesses alike. The city's proximity to New York City, its diverse population, and its rich history are also assets in its revitalization efforts. We see it in the redevelopment of Newark's downtown, with new office towers, hotels, and residential buildings transforming the skyline. We feel it in the energy of the city's arts and culture scene, which is attracting national attention.
Our exploration brings us back to Baltimore, Maryland, a city of grit and grace. Baltimore is a city of contrasts, where historical charm and modern amenities coexist alongside pockets of poverty and crime. However, Baltimore is a city with a strong sense of community and a determination to overcome its challenges. We see it in the efforts to revitalize neighborhoods, improve education, and create economic opportunities for all residents. We feel it in the city's vibrant arts and culture scene, which celebrates Baltimore's unique character. Baltimore's story is a reminder that every city has its struggles, but it's the spirit of its people that truly defines it.
Our journey takes us back to St. Louis, Missouri, a city finding its footing after decades of decline. St. Louis is a city with a rich history and a strong sense of place. The city is home to iconic landmarks like the Gateway Arch, the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, and Forest Park, one of the largest urban parks in the United States. We see it in the efforts to revitalize neighborhoods, attract new businesses, and improve public safety. We feel it in the city's resurgent arts and culture scene, which is drawing national attention.
We return to Detroit, where the spirit of innovation and determination that once fueled the Motor City is reigniting. The city is embracing its industrial legacy while forging a new path forward driven by technology, entrepreneurship, and a renewed sense of community. We see it in the rise of startups and tech companies breathing new life into once abandoned factories and warehouses. We feel it in the revitalization of historic neighborhoods where residents are reclaiming their streets and building a brighter future. Detroit's story is a testament to the power of reinvention and the unwavering spirit of its people.
We return to Gary, Indiana, where the transformation from a steel town to a city of the future is underway. Gary is embracing its industrial past while seeking to diversify its economy, attract new residents, and create a more sustainable future. We see it in the redevelopment of the city's lakefront, transforming a once industrial area into a destination for recreation and entertainment. We feel it in the efforts to revitalize neighborhoods, improve education, and create opportunities for all residents. Gary's story is a reminder that change is possible, even in the face of adversity.
Our journey brings us back to Flint, Michigan, where the spirit of the people remains unbreakable despite the ongoing challenges. Flint is a city that has faced adversity head-on, and its residents continue to show remarkable resilience and determination. We see it in the ongoing efforts to replace lead pipes, provide clean water, and address the long-term health impacts of the water crisis. We feel it in the community activism and advocacy that is holding elected officials accountable and fighting for a just and equitable future. Flint's story is a testament to the power of community, the importance of environmental justice, and the unwavering spirit of hope.
Camden, New Jersey, a city finding its way. We return to Camden, New Jersey, a city finding its way back from the brink. Camden is a city that has faced its share of challenges, but it is also a city with a rich history, a diverse population, and a strong sense of community. We see it in the efforts to reduce crime, improve education, and create economic opportunities for all residents. We feel it in the community gardens, art programs, and youth centers that are providing hope and opportunity to young people.
Youngstown, Ohio, a Rust Belt city's renewal. Our exploration brings us back to Youngstown, Ohio, where the renewal of this Rust Belt city is well underway. Youngstown is a city that has faced its share of challenges, but it is also a city with a strong work ethic, a sense of community, and a determination to succeed. We see it in the growth of new industries, the revitalization of historic buildings, and the influx of young professionals who are choosing to make Youngstown their home. We feel it in the city's thriving arts and culture scene, which is attracting visitors from near and far. Youngstown's story is a testament to the power of reinvention, the importance of community, and the unwavering spirit of the human spirit.
East St. Louis, Illinois, a city with potential. We return to East St. Louis, Illinois, a city with untapped potential. East St. Louis is a city that has faced significant challenges, but it is also a city with a rich history, a diverse population, and a prime location across the Mississippi River from downtown St. Louis. We see it in the efforts to attract new businesses, revitalize neighborhoods, and improve education. We feel it in the community organizations that are working tirelessly to empower residents and create a brighter future.
Cleveland, Ohio, a city on the move. Our exploration brings us back to Cleveland, Ohio, a city on the move. Cleveland is a city that has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years, with new investments in healthcare, technology, and education fueling its resurgence. We see it in the growth of the city's healthcare sector, which is now a major economic engine for the region. We feel it in the city's thriving arts and culture scene, which is attracting national attention.
Buffalo, New York, a city with a bright future. Our journey takes us back to Buffalo, New York, a city with a bright future. Buffalo is a city that has successfully reinvented itself from an industrial powerhouse to a center for technology, healthcare, and tourism. We see it in the redevelopment of the city's waterfront, the growth of its medical campus, and the influx of young professionals who are choosing to make Buffalo their home. We feel it in the city's revitalized neighborhoods, its thriving arts and culture scene, and its infectious sense of optimism.
Birmingham, Alabama, a city with a story to tell. Our exploration returns to Birmingham, Alabama, a city with a story to tell. Birmingham is a city that has played a pivotal role in American history, from its days as a center of iron and steel production to its place at the heart of the civil rights movement. We see it in the city's many historical landmarks, its vibrant arts and culture scene, and its diverse population. We feel it in the city's entrepreneurial spirit, its commitment to social justice, and its determination to create a brighter future for all residents.
Newark, New Jersey, a city on the rise. We return to Newark, New Jersey, a city on the rise. Newark is a city that has faced its share of challenges, but it is also a city with a rich history, a diverse population, and a prime location just across the Hudson River from New York City. We see it in the city's redeveloped airport, its growing tech sector, and its revitalized downtown. We feel it in the city's entrepreneurial spirit, its commitment to education, and its determination to create a brighter future for all residents.
Baltimore, Maryland, a city of resilience. Our exploration brings us back to Baltimore, Maryland, a city of resilience. Baltimore is a city that has faced its share of adversity, from its history of racial segregation and economic inequality to the unrest that followed the death of Freddie Gray in police custody in 2015. We see it in the city's efforts to address poverty, improve education, and build bridges between communities. We feel it in the city's vibrant arts and culture scene, its strong sense of community, and its determination to overcome its challenges.
St. Louis, Missouri, a city with a rich history and a bright future. Our journey takes us back to St. Louis, Missouri, a city with a rich history and a bright future. St. Louis is a city that has played a significant role in American history, from its days as the gateway to the West to its place as a center of industry, culture, and innovation. We see it in the city's iconic landmarks, its world-class museums, its beautiful parks, and its diverse neighborhoods.
Our exploration brings us back to Detroit, Michigan, a city that embodies innovation and resilience. Detroit is a city that has faced its share of challenges, from the decline of the auto industry to the city's financial crisis. However, Detroit is also a city that has always been at the forefront of innovation, from its role as the birthplace of the automobile to its emergence as a center for technology and entrepreneurship. We see it in the city's revitalized downtown, its growing tech sector, and its commitment to sustainable development. We feel it in the city's creative energy, its entrepreneurial spirit, and its determination to build a brighter future.
We return to Gary, Indiana, a city poised for a comeback. Gary is a city that has faced significant challenges, from the decline of the steel industry to the city's struggles with crime and poverty. However, Gary is also a city with a rich history, a prime location on the shores of Lake Michigan, and a resilient population that is determined to see their city thrive again. We see it in the city's efforts to attract new businesses, revitalize neighborhoods, and improve education. We feel it in the community organizations that are working tirelessly to empower residents and create a brighter future.
Flint, Michigan, a city united by water. Our journey brings us back to Flint, Michigan, a city that has been tested by a man-made disaster but remains united by water. The Flint water crisis was a stark reminder of the importance of environmental justice and the devastating consequences of neglecting infrastructure and public health. We see it in the city's ongoing efforts to replace lead pipes, provide clean water, and address the long-term health impacts of the crisis. We feel it in the community activism and advocacy that is holding elected officials accountable and fighting for a just and equitable future.
Camden, New Jersey, a city rebuilding trust. We return to Camden, New Jersey, a city that is working to rebuild trust and create a brighter future for all residents. Camden is a city that has faced its share of challenges, from poverty and crime to a lack of economic opportunities. However, Camden is also a city with a rich history, a diverse population, and a strong sense of community. We see it in the city's efforts to improve public safety, reduce crime, and create a more just and equitable society. We feel it in the community organizations that are working tirelessly to empower residents, provide opportunities for young people, and build a stronger future.
Youngstown, Ohio, a city forged by steel, redefined by innovation. Our exploration brings us back to Youngstown, Ohio, a city that was once forged by steel but is now being redefined by innovation. Youngstown is a city that has faced its share of challenges, from the decline of the steel industry to the loss of population and jobs. However, Youngstown is also a city with a strong work ethic, a sense of community, and a determination to succeed. We see it in the growth of new industries, the revitalization of historic buildings, and the influx of young professionals who are choosing to make Youngstown their home. We feel it in the city's thriving arts and culture scene, which is attracting visitors from near and far.
East St. Louis, Illinois, a city on the rise. We return to East St. Louis, Illinois, a city that is working to overcome its challenges and create a brighter future for all residents. East St. Louis is a city with a rich history, a diverse population, and a prime location across the Mississippi River from downtown St. Louis.